we live? We're live. I think that's bright. It's very bright. Let me use the knob on here. Can I adjust something? Wait, that's no. Ah. Ooh, that's a good color. No. Playing with the... That's better. Yes. I don't know. Playing with lights, sound, but you're here. You're here. You can see me. What are we doing? It's who's going to do the cooking. It's who's going to do the cooking with Alison Arngrim. Again, I'm in my kitchen. And we are making quiche on who's going to do the cooking today. Quiche, which is all about eggs. Eggs, yes, as in, now Mrs. Olson would say brown eggs are what? Was it 3 cents less a dozen? I think it was 3 cents less a dozen. She said brown eggs are fine. Do you know it's all kind of the same? This whole white egg, brown egg thing that Mrs. Olson had, she was nuts because there's not really like a difference. This is like, we're going to like kill that. Oh yeah, it's so much better. Yeah, she was crazy. Do you know that in France, like all the eggs in the supermarket are brown? And my French friends have said, what is this thing with white eggs? In America, you have white, where are you getting the white eggs? They like don't even have white eggs in France. They didn't even know what the heck we're talking about. It's like all brown eggs. So it's just like what kind of chicken it was. It has like nothing to do with anything. It's completely nuts. So I need a little pan. I forgot to get out my little pan. There's a little pan. Okay, any pan. Any pan will do. I don't want that one. I want, oh yes, I want that one. Fibber McGee. Small. I'm getting a tiny little pan. Is this clean? This is clean. Good. Tiny little pan. You're going to want a dish. Now, this is the thing with the quiche. We're not making a crust. I know quiche usually comes with a crust. Well, no. I like this glass pan. I like this pan. If you don't have a pan like this, you should get one. Go to the supermarket store. Just get a nice, oven proof. What does this say? What kind is this? I don't even know. A Pyrex. Get Pyrex. Get a pan like this. You can be a different size, but they're really handy for cooking things. They're so good for quiches, pies, things that you might cook in the oven, casserole, little things. It's very handy. Really good. I make it without a crust. Bob makes a quiche using a graham cracker crust, which is a totally different taste and really cool. Crust, I don't know. But think about it. If you're into keto, okay, someone just said, hello, right there. As I think it appears. Tricia, you're reading my mind. Crustless keto. If you're on this keto thing, I'm totally not. I'm like, where we used to call that Atkins. Yeah. If you're on a keto thing that's like super low carb, high protein, if you're, gluten. People don't eat gluten. Right. That's flour crust. You can't do gluten. You can't do carbs. You're on one of these many things that people are like, no crust, just eggs and like vegetables. Just eggs, cheese, vegetables, like stuff. So that's very good. So people who are on all of those kind of like regimes can totally eat this. I like it because the crust gets soggy and one of these things, like all the best recipes, we didn't have any pie crust. Like, I want a quiche. There's no pie crust. Make one anyway. It's simple. So, pie plate. You can use a cake pan. You can use any pan, really, any dish thing that goes in the oven. A cake pan. But this is good. I like this. I brought notes just in case. So we have eggs. Now, what we're going to do, we are going to make one that is Swiss cheese and spinach. Yes, Roswell's favorite. So, how do we do that? Well, we are also going to add a thing. Do you know what a shallot is? This is so educational. This is a shallot. This is a big shallot. Where's a small one? There was a small guy. Yeah. This is a regular size small shallot. This is a great big shallot. What is a shallot? It's a fancy onion. It's a fancy onion. It's like an onion. It's like an onion, but like an onion with a publicist or something. It's a really fancy onion it has a lighter, more delicate taste. They're a little more expensive. They're big in French cooking, but they're really tasty. They're great in a quiche. So I have some of these. And of course, conveniently, I already cut some up. But this is what, you know how like you get purple onions? And they're so delicious, purple onions? They're so good. Look, it's purpley. Woo, that smells good. It's been sitting in there less. They're like little tiny purple onions. They're purplish. They're like onions. They're in the onion family. I don't know why they're different, but they taste good. So, we take the shallots here. I ain't going to put this light on. And we are going to put them in a little pan. We're going to put like a little oil stuff. Okay. bring this a little closer. Yeah, in this pan. Not a lot. What I've got, and it sounds just this is awesome. Fibber McGee Molly closet. Yes. I love that. Clang! So this is olive oil. It's pan, but it's olive oil. So I'm going to have a little bit of olive oil. Make pan hot. Woo, there we go. You know, I'm making this part. This is like fancy. You don't even have to do this part. I've done it with just chop up some scallions. You can maybe say, I don't want onions. So then that. But I'm going to be fancy, and I am going to cook a little bit of these really delicious shallots. Ta-da. Shallots. Put this over here. So, I'm going to cook these up a bit. Now, we are going to prepare the quiche thing. Pan. We don't have to grease it. It's fine. What is going to go in here? Spinach. Now, I'm not cooking this because this kind of raw spinach is so light. Merci, Coco. You know them. Yeah, connais les shallots. Yeah, les échalotes. J'adore. Exactly, they're big in French because the French all know their shallots. They know the shallots. Spinach. Épinarde pour le français. Spinach. Because, as we know, spinach, fresh spinach, take off a stem or two, stems, it cooks really quickly, like fast. Things like broccoli, if you put broccoli, which is delicious, if you put broccoli in it, you want to cook the broccoli a little bit, like steam it. But spinach cooks in like seconds. Spinach is so easy and cooks up so fast that it's going to be in the oven for a while. So I'm literally not even worrying about cooking the spinach. Like I said, all of this is about making recipes easy. So I'm putting some spinach in this dish. A little more. Well, that's a lot. Wait, I should stop now. Spinach in a dish. Like that's it. I just like threw a bunch of spinach in there. That didn't seem terribly difficult. And then what cheese are we having? Stir this thing out here. Don't let them burn. We just want them to cook a little. We're going to put Swiss. Baby Swiss. Sargento baby Swiss. Once again, we're trying to make this easy. You can have all the different kinds of cheese. You can have shredded cheese. I shredded some cheddar the other day, and I did that for the one with the broccoli. This is slices. I'm going to just tear the slices up a little bit. That's it. I'm not doing anything fancy. I could honestly probably just slap the slices down because they're thin, but I'll break them up a little. But literally not like a lot of work involved here. Just tearing up the Swiss cheese in chunks and laying it on top of the spinach. That maybe a little more. If we want more cheese, we probably do. Now, these are getting hot and a little cooked. Gently. I'm going to turn the heat down a little. I'm going to add a little bit of water, just a little. A drop to the shallots. Some sauteing. I'm not frying them. I want them hard. I want them to be like soft, but cooked. I want them cooked. Now, do I want more cheese? Of course I want more cheese. Do we want different cheese? Nah, I like this cheese. This is a nice big slice here. It's a nice slice here. More cheese. But more cheese here. A little more cheese here. Just like covering this in Swiss cheese and spinach. Yay. Now what? Well, now, those will go on there soon. There's eggs. Eggs being the key ingredient. So I have these lovely brown eggs. Now, I looked at the recipes. Let me make sure this is clean. And a lot of them said 3 eggs and a cup and a half of milk. I'm like, that's more milk than eggs. No. I like at least 1, 2, get in there, 3, 4. I want 4. No fooling around here. Whee! Did I get any shell? No, I did not. I am a genius. Now, what about milk? Milk. We want milk. Milk. And I have milk. Okay, some people, when they make this, some people make this, they put cream. They do heavy cream. I kind of like things a little lighter. So I'm going to get some milk. I got about a cup and a half there. I don't think I'm going to need a whole cup and a half of milk. I really do. Frittata, it's so like a frittata. It's like a frittata. One makes a frittata in a frying pan, and that's a very easy thing to make too. The frittata is onions and things like you would make in an omelet, but you do it all in a pan with the eggs in a frying pan and cheese and stuff. Like you're making an omelet, but you don't like turn it over. You just let it cook and it's baked. It's a frittata. It's like an unfolded omelet. It's very good. But this is like even less work than that. More cheese. I think that's enough cheese. Is that enough cheese? Do I want other cheese? No, it's fine. You can put, now here's the thing. You can put any kind of cheese. You can put any kind of cheese. You can put cheddar. You can put, Comté, Gruyere, fancy French cheese, mozzarella, any cheese you want. And it can be packaged sliced cheese. It can be fancy shredded cheese, any kind you want. And you can put anything in here, anything. Onions, scallions, shallots, spinach, broccoli, asparagus. Get some frozen asparagus, thaw it out, like heat it up in a pan, cut it up in little pieces. I did a thing with broccoli and cheddar, which you're going to see because you know I made one last night, right? So, this is about. Now what? Oh, look. Shallots. Shallot. Get in there, you little devils. Beautiful. Shallots. Spread them around a little bit. Spread them. Looks good. Look, shallots. Shallots. That should be so freaking good. Okay. Now, I am actually going to use this because I need some hard whisking done here. Wah! We're going to beat these good. You want to really, now, you might want to get out the electric beater. Maybe. Oh, as Samantha said, mushrooms, tomatoes. Now, remember, with mushrooms and tomatoes, there's a lot of water. A lot of water. You want to drain the tomatoes when you cut them up on paper towels and try to get most of the water out. And the same with the mushrooms. You might want to cook the mushrooms a little bit in a pan, just a little bit, and drain them. So much water, because your quiche can get soggy. So, but they're delicious. Yes, you can put mushrooms and tomatoes in it. So we really want to get those eggs beaten. You want to break up them yolks and stuff. Now, milk. Are we adding milk? We're still adding milk. That's about a cup. I got 4 eggs and a cup here. Whee! I don't think that's enough because I'm looking at the size of this pan. So I'm going to go crazy. It all's about the size of your pan. Gotta have another one. I'm putting another egg in. So we've actually got 5 eggs in here. Yeah. 4 eggs? I don't remember. We have multiple eggs here. We have like 4 eggs because it's the size of your pan. If you're looking at the size of your giant pan of food and you say that's not enough, you may need another egg. And now, of course, we can add a little more milk because see, it's foamy. It's getting foamy. Remember like the scrambled eggs? Making the fluffy scrambled eggs? Same principle. Now, what about the oven? We are turning the oven to 350 degrees. 350. Not too hot. Yeah, get the grain now. Not too hot. 350. It's a glass pan. It's a quiche. You want to go easy on it. 350. Tops. Maybe 325. So, what about seasoning? Now, me, I like garlic. And yes, some of you French people know, I got this garlic grinder in France. This is from Moulin. This is, if you are French, you know these are in the supermarket and they're the easiest thing to get. Because it's not garlic, salt, enough salt. Oregano. Sure, why not? What's really, really good in a quiche is tarragon. I like tarragon. Put that spinach and Swiss and a little tarragon on there. I like a little pepper. So I have Trader Joe's 21 Seasoning Salute, which kind of has a little of everything in the world in it. Yeah, not too much. A little of that. You can get things like Herbe de Provence, which has like all the spices, all the herbs in it. Now, another great thing with eggs, always, whip that sucker. Foamy, foamy. I want it very fluffy and foamy. Very foamy. I want a lot of air in here, I do. Yeah, now we're talking. Ooh, it's getting very foamy. Very foamy. Foamy, foamy, very foamy. Very whippy, whippy, foamy. I'm going to add, now paprika is a great thing on eggs. A little bit. But you know what I like? You know I'm hooked on this now. Smoked paprika. Yeah, I did the thing. Smoked paprika. I am now hooked on smoked paprika. It is like, but you want like, not too much. Cayenne pepper. I have seen recipes involving cayenne pepper in this. Like the Nellie chicken. Very dangerous, dangerous stuff. I'm going to tilt this so you can really see the eggs getting that air in there with all those delicious spices. And you can make it as spicy as you want, or not spicy. Heck, you can put Tabasco sauce in. I don't care. Go ahead, make it spicy. You can make it spicy quiche, or you can make it a mild quiche. I'm not going to go too spicy because I want to taste those shallots. I want to taste the shallots and the Swiss. So I'm not going to get too crazy. But I am going to beat these. I'm going to get crazy with this. The beating of the eggs. Heck with it. We're going to do it. Hot in there. Whee! Okay, that is very whipped. Now, let's see what I pour into the pan. Look. Ooh. Gotta get right on in there. And all the nooks and crannies. Bloop. Now, you see what I mean? It wasn't too much. It wasn't too much. The pan, it's like not even full. I'm actually going to get down in there. Down. Down, I say. Get in there. Down. Stuff is sticking up. It's not the end of the world. It will kind of poof up, and all of that stuff will go down. Also, the cheese will melt, and it will be great. Going to do a hint of paprika on the top for fun. Whee! Now what? I'm going to stick it in the oven. That's what. Da-da! Easy, using a pot holder because it's hot. Be careful. You can go. Very careful because it's liquid. It's very spilly. Be very careful putting it in the oven because it's liquid. It'll spill. So now I don't need that anymore. I need to put my spinach away. Yay. And now what? Well, now what? That's going to take like forever. Right? It's going to take forever. So 40. Yes, 40. 40 minutes. 40. It may even be 45. What I do is I set it for 40, and then I check it. Like stick a knife in it, see if it comes out clean, and then maybe go 5 more minutes. But it's going to be at least 40 minutes. That's a really long time. So are we going to hang out here and just stand around and wait for 40 minutes? No, no, we're not. Whatever are we going to do without our quiche? How will we eat a quiche when this thing is going to clearly take 40 minutes? Whatever shall we do? Well, I'm going to put on my spices for a little bit here. La, 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 la. What will we do? Where will we get a quiche? What will we eat while we are waiting 40 minutes, which is too long to wait for anything? Oh, look. We will go in the oven. And what do I find here? Stay. Oh, look, it's a quiche. It's hot, too. I made this last night. TV magic. Quiche. I made this last night because I knew that this thing takes 40 minutes. And it takes like 5 minutes to make. It's like, woo, look, the egg thing. So, yeah, boom, boom. Spinach, cheese, onions, eggs, put in oven. But then, many minutes later, you have this. So, what have I done? This here is eggs, milk, spices, broccoli, steamed broccoli, shredded cheddar cheese, grated cheddar cheese, and scallions. Oh, right? We're already going drooling, drooling. So what do we do? I need a plate. Plates! I love my plates. I love my little plates. These are great. I love these plates because they look like the sky. They're blue. It looks like they have stars. They're great. Hot. This is very hot. Be careful. To remind myself so I don't burn myself. It's very hot, very hot. I'm going to take this knife. Right in. We're going to tilt this around. Tilt this around. We got to be able to see this puppy. Can you see this? Yes, yes, you can. Good. See, it's hot. And that's why you may, you know, let it sit. Oh, no, it's cutting up. No, look at that. See, there's no crust. There's no crust. It's soft. There's no big old chewy crust stuck in there. No crust. But it's created like its own crust because of the egg cooking. It's created a thing. And it's right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I gotta get a thing. It's my, like, I need like a pie server. Oh, yeah. Here it is. I have so many things. Hold the pan so it doesn't run away. It's hot. Oh, yeah. Just like grab that whole thing. Oh, doggies. Okay. Stay. Pick this up so you can see. Look, can you see? You see in there, you can see all the thing, the broccolis and the stuff. This is very hot. Look, it is eggs, and there's cheese, and there's broccoli, and there's scallions. I made this last night, and I heated it up. So it's really good. Look, I see hunks of broccoli and scallion, and cheese. Whoa! Because it's very hot. I have to be careful. I'm gonna burn myself. This is too hot. No, I have to go. Oh. Oh, that's really good. I mean, that's like insanely good. It's soft. I don't like the crust so much with quiche. I find the crust is either too dry, or it gets soggy, or you're eating all this creamy, beautiful, soft eggs and vegetables, and then there's a little crust in there. So I'm just not a fan of crust in my quiche. And as I said, nowadays people are keto and gluten-free and Lord knows what else. So great, no crust. Look at that. Broccoli. Big hunk of broccoli. This is so good. Okay, this is even better than I make this stuff, and I know it's going to be good, because, I made it before a few times. I've looked in the cookbook and gone, yep, definitely want to add that. That's a new thing. I should try that. But then I make it. This is even better than I thought it was going to be. It's like, I went, oh, this will be good. Wow. It's so fluffy and creamy and full of broccoli. Okay, now here's one. There's a lot about kids who won't eat vegetables. I have no idea what that's about. But there are people who have trouble getting kids or even their husbands to eat vegetables. I have no idea what that's about. I do believe that if you serve this to many people, they would wind up eating a lot of broccoli and asparagus and spinach and vegetables and not care anymore. Because it just melts. It's just cheesy broccoli goodness just disappearing. It just disappears as you eat it. It's like air. It is like ambrose. It's fluffy. It's a cloud. It is a cloud with broccoli and cheese in it. Oh, so toast. Yes, it does need toast. This is like the best thing ever. I knew it was going to be good, but I have to tell you, it really is even better than I thought it was going to be. So good. It's like the right combination of spices. So I cannot imagine what the spinach one with the shallots and the Swiss is going to be like. That's going to like completely blow my mind, obviously, because this is even better than I thought it would be. And it's broccoli and cheddar, which are totally two of my favorite things. So there you go. That is how you make quiche. With no crust, no complications. You beat some eggs and milk. You add some spices. You put some vegetables and cheese in a dish. You pour the eggs in, you stick it in the oven, you go away for 40 minutes. Ta-da! Literally, that's all you have to do. So there you are. Who's going to do the cooking? Well, I do the cooking, but it could be you. It could be you. We don't have to cook like Nellie Oleson. We can cook like Percival. Yes. So there you are. Another recipe. Another one. What's the next thing we're going to make? I threatened to make lemon meringue pie, so we're going to have to do it. We're going to have to do it. So stay tuned, and I'll probably be reading later today, and we'll do things. Bye!